I'm here in my garage, and something I worry about in here is carbon monoxide. Not because I'm running like a car or something, but because I have my lasers, which I'll show you in a second, and I do some other things out here. I have a camping stove over there, you can see right there on the shelf, that uses those cans that are kind of like for warming food for catering. Also propane stoves and stuff like that. And I'll use those out here sometimes, especially in the winter. And I'll be adding a pizza oven. And I just worry about carbon monoxide building up out here. We're also in an area that gets lots of wildfires. Not necessarily right here, but within distance. So a lot of that smoke comes here. And this summer I just got kind of worried that if I'm out here and I don't have that door open and I don't have the double door open for the cars, that maybe carbon monoxide is gonna like get in here and just kind of build up and pool because the air is not getting turned over. So I picked up a SITERWELL standalone plug-in carbon monoxide detector. I do worry about carbon monoxide in the house, but as we rent here in this house, I can't screw anything to the wall or anything. And I do have carbon monoxide monitoring devices in there. They're air monitors, so they don't give you like live feedback. You can go to the dashboard and see it, but they won't make like a sound. So I'll probably get one of these for inside the house too after I install this one out here, because my two air monitors are more for like historical data. The carbon monoxide's never spiked, but if it spikes when I'm asleep or when I'm awake, I could die and never know. So we'll get one of these. Now, in that last house, I did have one of these hooked up that was a smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector that was battery operated. I installed that in my office because I was doing lots of 3D printing in there, and I would go to sleep with the 3D prints going, and I wanted something to immediately know that there was smoke in there and go off. I loved that thing. It was great. So I totally expect this thing to be just as good. Let me show you where we're gonna hook it up. So as you see there, we have the outlet that I'm going to put it directly into. We have one of my fiber lasers here. This is my 100-watt fiber laser. I really worry about the carbon monoxide, even in small concentrations when I'm like using these things, because it may not be a fatal level, but it may be enough that it's still causing some, long-term issues. So I try to avoid generating that. I will say this did come with the little CR123A as the battery backup. That way, if power fails, it still works. So let me see which way that goes in here, like that. And it's got that nice little tag so you can easily remove it. Oh, there's the chirp to let us know that it is turned on, and then the plug just folds right there. It has a little bracket to keep it off the wall a little. So we'll go ahead and get that hooked up, and we'll press the test button. It is flashing to let us know it's working. So I did press the test, and it just tested to let us know. So we'll do it again here. So that's what the sound I would hear. So now that I'm familiar with that, so it does say on the back, when to replace it by, because the sensors are only good for so long. It does have that green to let us know it's working, so I can always come over here and just check it real fast. And I can always press the test button if I wanted. Now, when I'm doing stuff here, this is gonna let me know right away that there's some carbon monoxide over the threshold, or that it's just collecting in the garage in general. So I do love that it has this nice compact design, that foldable plug. You could take this with you somewhere if you want to just slide it in your pocket or purse or bag or whatever and take it. It will run off that battery without mains power, so you could use it if you're, camping or something. Just recently I saw on the news where a man was here in Utah was using some sort of heating source in his little pull behind trailer and passed away, unfortunately, because his carbon monoxide detector did not work, because I don't know if it was outdated or broken or no battery or whatever, but it's nice to have one of these. So that's another thing you can use them for if you're camping. It is just, standard 120 volt outlet. It has an 85 decibel alarm, so it's not too loud, but it's loud enough and it's gonna get the job done. The green means it's normal. The indicator will turn yellow if it's faulty or the battery is low, and then red is when the alarm is going off. It does use an electrochemical sensor to detect the carbon monoxide, and again, it would be good for things like fireplaces, heaters, gas appliances, vehicles, things being combusted outside and maybe the wind's blowing it in, or a charcoal grill, or you get the idea. And it's great for like hotels, Airbnbs. Again, for camping, you could use it in tents or cabins or RVs. Even in a tent, you may be getting smoke coming in from a fire at night that's smoldering or something, and it would be nice to know if it's building up inside the tent to let you know. I cannot stress this. So many people die from carbon monoxide poisoning while camping, and it would just be you know, you buy one of these and you take it camping with you. Definitely something you want to think about. That's pretty much it. I like how it's kind of travel friendly because it's got that folding plug and it's nice and smooth and it looks cool. Like we used to have one that was like this big honking thing when I was in high school because we had a fireplace, gas fireplace, and my mom was just paranoid about it. And then we had another one in a house after that, and it's just they were so big and ugly. And I like this thing. I especially like that indicator because then I know what's going on with it. In the SITERWELL Carbon Monoxide Alarm, pretty simple, nice little thing. Again, I really liked the smoke detector I had with them too. It was even in French and I felt fancy. It would do English or French. So when there was like smoke, it would go, you know, alert, alert, smoke, fire. And then it would say it again in French for Canadians, and so that was kind of fun. But this just makes a beeping sound. You know, I used that smoke detector for a couple of years before we sold the house and left it, and I'm sure the guy there's still using it, and I'm sure I will get several years out of this before that replace date. As soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna unplug it. I'm gonna look at that date. I'm gonna punch that into my Google Calendar as a reminder to replace it a year before that date so I can start thinking about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably order another one for inside too. I'll have a link to that in the sticky comment in the description. I will see you in the next video.